Welcome to Orbit of Science. In this video, we will learn about quadratic equation, which is very useful in math and physics. So let's start our today's class. I hope this video is helpful for you. So please like this video and subscribe this channel. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0 is the general form of a quadratic equation. So now you can ask me why a is not equal to 0, because if a is equal to 0, then the equations become bx plus c is equal to 0. Then it's become a linear equation because the degree of this equation is just 1, but the degree of a quadratic equation is 2. So if a is not equal to 0, then the equation becomes a linear equation, and in any quadratic equation this x is the variable and c is the constant, and a and b are the coefficient, and this 2 is the degree of an equation. The degree of a quadratic equation is 2, and when we solve this equation and gets the value of x, which is called the root of this equation. So every quadratic equation has 2 roots. Now we will talk about the discriminant of a quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here discriminant d is equal to b square minus 4ac, not root. B square minus 4ac is the discriminant of this equation. So if d is greater than 0, case 1, if d is greater than 0, then it has 2 real roots. If d is equal to 0, then it has 2 real roots, and if d is smaller than 0, then no real roots. Then it has no real roots. And if d is equal to 0, then 2 roots are equal. So this is all about the discriminant of this equation. Now we will talk about the quadratic formula. So the solution of this equation is x is equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2iz. So x1 equal to minus b plus b square minus 4ac divided by 2iz, and x2 is equal to minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2iz. So using this formula we can solve any kind of quadratic equation, and there are also a property, the difference of the roots of a quadratic equation. So x1 minus x2 is equal to root over b square minus 4ac divided by a. So by using this formula we can find the difference between 2 roots of the quadratic equation. Now we will solve a quadratic equation. So let's take an equation. X square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So Here a is equal to 1, c is equal to 1, and p is equal to 2. So if we find the discriminant p square minus 4ac, so p square is equal to 2 square, so 2 square is equal to 4, and 4 into 1 into 1, which is also equals to 4. That means the discriminant of this equation is 0. So we get, so from the property of the discriminant, we know that if t is equal to 0, the two roots are equal. So now we find the root p plus root over t discriminant. Okay, I'm writing the whole thing. B square minus 4ac divided by twice a. So if we solve it, we know that b square minus 4ac is 0. So the solution will be equal to minus b by twice a. Here p is equal to 2 and a is equal to 1. So 2 into 1 is 2. So we get minus 1. We can solve this equation by another method called the factorization method. Now we will solve this equation using factorization method. X square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So we can write this as x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now we can write this as x into x plus 1 and 1 to x plus 1. So we can write this as x plus 1 into x plus 1. So we can write this as x plus 1 whole square is equal to 0. Now we can write this as x plus 1 is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1. So we also get x is equal to minus 1 minus 1. We can also solve a quadratic equation by using graph method. So at first we need to draw a graph of this equation. So this is the x-axis, x or x prime, and this is the y-axis, y or y prime. So if we draw the graph of the previous equation, so the graph of the quadratic equation will be like that, of x square 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. This is the graph of the equation, and this intersect in this point, and this is minus 1 comma 0, because in x-axis y is equal to 0. So we get x1 is equal to minus 1 is equal to x2. So we can also solve quadratic equation by this graph method. So I hope you like this video and subscribe Orbit of Science.